Well, to give his take on the story, we actually got a very significant man from Disney to give his take on the story. We got the one and only, the legend, Mickey Mouse is here. Mickey, thank you for being on the show.
Oh boy, so happy to be here. Thank you, Joseph. And happy to meet you, Isaiah and David.
Nice to meet you, Mickey. Yeah.
Big fan of your work.
Oh, thank you.
Mickey, what is your take on this guy? Is he just a clown, just like refusing to take the temperature check to get into Disneyland?
I'll tell you one thing. Disneyland always does a great job about checking everyone's temperature. And if you think you're too cool to get your temperature checked, think again. The only one who's too cool to get their temperature checked is Olaf from Frozen.
Ah, yes, he is very cool. Like, he probably wouldn't have any temperature fever because he would just melt, right, Mickey?
He's made of snow.
Mickey, are you happy that Disneyland is reopening and like it's bringing much joy to families all around the world, even during these trying times?
Yes, I'm very excited that all the Disneylands and Disney Worlds are opening up again so we can all be closer together. It seemed like when everyone was having to stay at home and, becoming depressed or alcoholics or resorting to drugs, they were just in their own little world, their own small little world.
It is a small world after all, isn't it?
It's a small world, Joseph, that's right.
Mickey, you're in contact with so many legends in the Disney universe. Like, who's your favorite guy to hang out with?
Oh, I love hanging out with Goofy and with Donald Duck. Except Donald before the pandemic, he was a lot friendlier, but he was actually one of my friends that started getting one of those drug addiction problems, and it's really sad to say, but we've sent him to rehab because he used to have a great voice for cartoons. The that thing that he does. I can't do it so well, but after he got his drug addiction, he started having a normal voice, and that was unacceptable, and he was fired.
Yeah, you got to do that. And I also think Donald is an anti-masker because the mask won't fit on his beak, right?
Right. And he really should wear a mask because he spits more than the rest of the Disney characters.
He's also an anti-pantser, too. He refuses to wear pants.
Right, which makes it difficult to take him around to schools.
So Mickey, what kind of precautions are you guys doing at Disney to make sure your customers have a very safe environment?
Well, other than the temperature checks, we're also considering actually doing COVID tests too. But we're probably just going to do the nasal swab, except for our Disney location in Shanghai. Let's just say that the tests that they do over there make it a little less comfortable to sit on the rides.
I remember that story. We already talked about the story in Dynamic Panel before. China actually has anal swabs to give the COVID test, right, Mickey?
Oh, so you've heard about this before. Yeah, exactly. Actually, Donald Duck was one of the first ones that we were able to test.
That's how we found out that Donald Duck was...
because he doesn't wear pants.
Yeah.
It was easier
easier
to get back there and, get the swab in there. And, he gave a real loud quack.
Poor Donald. He used to be on the top of the world, and this year seems to be really bad for him. Mickey, what makes Disneyland the happiest place on the world?
I'm sorry, and I've got to say this, but like a lot of the businesses out there, the budget for Disneyland, just like these anal swabs, it was in the hole. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring us back there, but I just thought about that.
Mickey was giggling for a minute, getting ready to...
It was funny to me.
But Mickey, what makes Disney World such a magical place?
Well,
even during COVID?
It's the most magical place on Earth, to be honest with you, because we make child's dreams come true, and actually some adults, too, find themselves happier at Disneyland than a lot of other places in the world. So people come there to ride the rides, pretend they're Peter Pan, and live in a fantasy world to escape reality and stop yelling at their wife.
Yep, that does happen a lot. But a lot of people do yell at their family at Disney World, too.
Even at Disneyland, that's true. I was walking by the fudge factory the other day, and a man nearly hit his wife with the fudge bar.
Wow.
It was really sad, and I walked over to him and I said, "Miska, Muska, quit domestic violence," and he stopped right away.
One of Disney World lands or Disney World rides should just be a family therapist, because a lot of the families just go there just to pretend that they're happy, right? Right, Mickey?
Right, exactly. That's something like what we feature at the Twilight. What we used to have the House of Terror, the Twilight Zone House of Terror, and actually most of the families, we would send them down the hotel elevator, and it was almost like they were losing their life. So that was kind of a form of therapy.
Mm. That would bring people back.
We would scare them back into their own realities.
So Mickey, I guess like, what are you doing about COVID? Like, how are we going to move forward? How is Disney World going to move forward after COVID is over?
Well, I think we're gonna make sure that people are wearing their masks, but we also want the numbers to go down. So we're gonna probably send some characters around to ensure that people are wearing their masks, and if they're not, we're gonna definitely there's gonna be repercussions. We're gonna probably send Darth Vader around to use the Force, and by use the Force, I mean they're gonna make them put on a mask, because if they don't, they'll be kicked out of Disneyland, and it won't be the happiest place anymore.
He's just gonna choke you to death too.
He's gonna choke you. Whether or not he has to do it with the Force, he'll probably just do it with sands.
I thought you were gonna go with Mulan there, like, because isn't she like the right princess for that? I'm Asian, so I can make that joke.
Right? Yeah, we might be. We're definitely gonna look into whether or not Mulan brought COVID into Disney World. We're not really sure about that. We're not saying that she did, but our last president really said that it could have been her, and so we're taking his word for it. It's not like we're sponsored by Trump Enterprises or anything.
No, he got you some nice tax cuts. Isaiah, do you have any final questions for Mikey for Mickey before we let him go?
Yeah, I just wanted to, Mickey, what is it that you what helped you through the pandemic? What did you get into any habits with Donald Duck, or was that just a him thing? What got you through it?
That's a really good question. I did do a lot of the different things with Donald Duck that I don't really want to get into detail.
Because you're quarantined together. Like,
Right. We're stuck together. So stuck like a duck. That's what I always said. But I've really
he wasn't involved. Like, it was just him and Duck.
Right. Yeah. I really just kind of stuck to. Shrooms are very good. I tried those. Those are really fun and also not as frowned upon as I should just say the snow from Frozen that Donald Duck was up to very often. But yeah, I tried shrooms for the first time, and I was like, oh boy!
All right. Thank you for being on the show, Mickey. We wish you the best, and we wish Disney World has a safe reopening.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show, Mickey.
Oh, you're welcome.